Hey everyone, welcome back to the range. My name is Matt, and it's time for another standard ammunition test. What do I have here today? Some Wolf, 150 grain full metal jacket in 308 Winchester. You know the saying about steel. If she don't feed the steel, she doesn't deserve the brass. We'll throw him on the table and we'll take a look at what we're gonna do today. As with any of my standard ammunition tests, I like to stick to a consistent number of barrel lengths so we get that good spread of minimum and maximum potential velocities. For our 308, we have a 12.5 inch, two 16-inch guns, and a 22 today. We have our Pro Digital DLX. As always, we're at about 10 to 12 feet with that. It's 50 to 55 degrees outside today, overcast, almost time for Christmas. After we check our velocity and basic functions, we will do an accuracy test. And should we test this in gel while we're at it? We might as well. Let's get into today's test. Up first, we have the shortest barrel length, which is our 12.5 inch SBR. This is a Palmetto State Armory build. Got various Magpul furniture on here. Got the R.A.N.G.E charging handles. Have the JMac LAF out front. With this Wolf ammo, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of muzzle flash even during the day. That was an error. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's almost, I think the muzzle flash is making the chronograph air out. Grab a couple more there. Not sure if you guys can see all the muzzle flash on camera, but oh wow. I'm pretty sure that's throwing unburnt powder all over my laptop over there. Hey, but so far it feeds the steel. We'll switch to the 16-inch next and see if we get more consistent readings with a more normal muzzle brake. And now our 16-inch semi-auto, another Palmetto State Armory. This is a Gen 2 1-in-10 twist barrel. Got the Yankee Hill 3-port up front for my suppressor. Rocking the same lower. Got a primary arms 4 to 18 power Silverline scope up there. Very nice. Very, very nice. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting consistent results. Much better results when you don't have the LAF up front. Since we have enough of this ammunition, we're going to run a 16-inch bolt gun just to see if there's a difference between our gas impingement system and a bolt gun velocity-wise. This is our CZ 557 Urban Counter Sniper. So tactical. It has a 1-in-10 twist barrel, I believe. Got a Vortex, I think 4 to 16 power scope. Already doesn't want to feed the steel. Oh, she's being rough on me. Just got to run that bolt a lot faster. Probably doesn't help that I'm a lefty. Well. Here we go. We'll check our averages at the end when we throw up the old spreadsheet of knowledge. And now the longest barrel length that we have available is our 22-inch TC Compass. This has a 1 in 12 twist barrel. Got just a basic Redfield 3x9 scope up front. This rotary magazine in the TC Compass is not very good. It's supposed to hold 5+1, but I can only ever get about 4 rounds in the thing, especially with the steel case stuff. It doesn't want to slide in there. I should buy an Oryx chassis for this 308. Really, really slow velocity for a 22-inch barrel. Whew! On to power. Just for reference, full power M80 balls like 2,800 feet per second. But so far it's, you know, feeding in the guns. A little sticky in that 557. Doesn't want to grab on the extractor sometimes and just throws it in the chamber or the loading area there. Here are our 16-inch results: 1.66, 1.78, and that one looks to be a little over 2 inches. Seems to be about the same pattern. We get 3 that are really close, and then we get 2 walkers. Now it is extremely windy outside today. I had the opportunity to come out and shoot. It's about 50 degrees, so I figured I would take it and see what I got, but not bad. This was with the suppressor mounted and this was without. I can't complain about the budget-oriented steel case with those kind of results. Here are our 22-inch results. We've got a 3x9 Redfield on there. That is a 1 in 12 twist barrel. Maybe does better with the lighter weight bullets. This was 1.39 inches. This was really good at 1 inch with the suppressor on. This was no suppressor, right around 2 inches. Like I said, there's a lot of wind outside today. This was my first group with a can. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe the wind was really bad. You can see that it's moving the target there. But for practical accuracy at 100 yards, I will certainly take those groups. Hashtag for science. We might as well test this load in ballistics gel while we have the opportunity. We've got our 10% FBI clear ballistics gel block, 6x6x16 at about 12 feet. Now, anytime in the past that I've tested a bimetal jacket bullet, I've never gotten any fragmentation or anything when testing against clear gel unless we were going really, really fast. So I have a feeling this is gonna tumble and go God knows where. I got some backup blocks. We'll start with the 12.5 inch and maybe we get something unexpected this time. I saw a bunch of gel blow everywhere. I'm not sure what we did to this thing. Well, as I suspected, folks, that wound track in the foreground is our 150 grain full metal jacket. A very wide wound track there, starting around the 4 inch, extending to the 10 and settling down. And then we've got some twisty turny here out to the 21 inch mark. And what I saw was the destruction of my table here. I just bought this darn table. I don't see an exit track on our table, so I think that bullet's still in there. But I guess if you had to use this in a last-ditch effort, I mean, it's going to do the job, don't get me wrong. You don't want to get hit by any bullets. But I think there's certainly better rounds for personal defense than a full metal jacket. Well, hopefully maybe the 16 and 22 inch may give us some fragmentation or something, because I see one little piece of lead right there that came from this wound track. We'll change these blocks out. We'll try to shoot dead center on this guy and hope that when it tumbles, it doesn't tumble out the side of the block. I repositioned our backup blocks, so maybe we'll catch it. I hope so anyways. Nice straight on shot. I didn't see any plastic blown apart from my table, so that's a good thing. Okay, our performance out of our 16 inch is mimicking what I remember from long bimetal jacket bullets. That neck is like 7 inches long. We have a very wide wound cavity starting again at the 7 inch and settling down around the 15 inch. And it actually looks like it tumbles again almost instantly about to the 19 inch mark, and then all the way out to the 25 inch mark. You can see our bullet is diving down and is base forward. We puke a little bit of that lead out right around the 16 inch mark like we saw with the 12.5 inch. Sorry about the gimbal. We'll pull the bullet out of there in a minute so we can investigate, but I can already see when I looked at it before that it's doing what, again, bimetal jacket bullets do, and it's kind of flattened out a little bit. But that is a very wide wound cavity. Here is our recovered round. As you can see, the bullet starts to flatten out in the rear half there. We've seen this quite a bit with our 7.62x39 bullets and even some of our bimetal jacket M193. Again, this just could be its reaction to clear gel. We would need Andrew over at the chopping block /ar15.com to run it in organic gel, and maybe he has. I'll have to annotate if he has and throw a link if I can find one of his videos. But let's go to the 22 inch. All right, flip the blocks around. We'll check our 22 inch here. Hopefully we get a good shot. If not, I have some extra blocks. I want to hopefully contain it in the blocks. I don't know if we did or not. I'll do a top-down shot so you can see the wound track a little better here in a second. Essentially, the 16 inch, our wound track was top to bottom widest. This time it's left to right widest. It looks like around the 4 inches when we start getting that disruption. Settles down around the 10 inch mark, and the bullet's still tumbling. And sorry, I just bumped the table with the gimbal. There is our bullet right around the 18 inch mark. No fragmentation of that bullet. I can see that it's been flattened, but pretty good penetration. Here is the top down of the 22 inch. This one right here is that wound track. Like I said, is very wide, just like the 16 inch, but it, instead of top to bottom, it's left to right. And you can see that it's traveling out this way, but then somehow it made it right back there, and we contained it in the block, so I'm happy. We don't need to do a close-up of this one because it pretty much looks the exact same. We'll shoot some macros that we'll throw in at the end of the video so we can see what they look like up close. Well, everyone, I'll buy that for $1. Pretty good results for what I would consider a plinking load. We had nowhere near the 2,800 feet per second you normally would see out of a 22 inch gun from, say, M80 ball. We had typical results in our gel with this style of bullet. You're just getting tumbling, was no fragmentation. Again, that could just be a clear gel thing. Organic gel could show some fragmentation. but in any of the tests I've seen with a bimetal jacket, especially as thick as these are made, it's just going to tumble. Although it did provide us with plenty of penetration, accuracy-wise, I was pretty impressed, given I did the accuracy portion today when I'm doing the closing, and we had lots and lots of wind. I figured I had some time, so I would check and see what we got. And, you know, 1 inch at 100 yards with the 22 inch on a 5-shot group, I'm not going to complain about that. As we prepare to send off Captain Commander, I always take a moment at the end of the videos to thank all those that help make these possible. In this case, my Patreon supporters, and you all for watching. It's time for me to go to the gym, and until next time, folks, I'll catch you at the range. Well, everyone, I'll buy that for $1. We had pretty good velocity. As we close and bid our Captain Commander farewell, I always take a moment to thank all those that help make these videos possible. Number 1 is my Patreon supporters. Number 2, where did I get this from?